What do we mean by literal? I think if you asked the person who insisted on, well, we must have a literal translation, that's the only one I can trust, and you pressed a little bit about what does that mean? What do you want from a literal translation? Most likely you would find out that they're looking for something that is true to the original word order and word definitions as existed in the original text found in that day. In other words, they're looking for a text that has as little accommodation to modern language as possible. Well, of course, there's no such thing as a literal translation. Now, I know what people mean, and I understand the impetus for it. It is this distrust of modern translations that take so much liberty with the text to accommodate modern language that sometimes it cheapens and distances us from the original meaning of the text. But in addition, some who say, I really prefer a literal text where the text translates let's take the New Testament, the Greek words, and does not try to elaborate, amplify upon them. Well, many people who love a literal text also love the King James Version. But the King James Version, for all of its good qualities, is not a literal text, given that definition. How do I know that? Well, let's just take one classic example. There are a number of instances in the New Testament where you will read the phrase, God forbid. Now, the word God is not in the original Greek of that phrase. The Greek simply is me genoito. Something like, may it never be. This negative imperative. May it never come to pass. But of course, a perfectly legitimate translation in 1611 was, and I think still is, God forbid. But again, the word God is not in the Greek text. So if you insist upon a literal translation, the translators of the King James surely missed it right there. Anyway, neither here nor there, that's just one observation.